Hey, what's going on? My name is Dan, and in this video today I'm going to be talking about the 10 best and most profitable Shopify apps that you should definitely consider having on your store. I'm going to give you apps that I have experience with myself, as well as that my team uses for their own stores, for their own e-commerce businesses. Shopify has grown tremendously since I started, and today on the App Store there are literally what seems like millions of apps out there. And so it can be a little bit difficult to kind of figure out, okay, which apps do I actually need to start making money with my store? So that's why in this video I'm going to give you, in my opinion, what are the most essential apps. Some of them are a little bit optional, but most of these apps are very, very essential and will greatly help you along your journey. So the first app that I'm going to talk about today is an email marketing app. You definitely need an email marketing app on your store because email marketing remains today as the best way to reach out to your customers and really to have that list of past customers and past people that have purchased from your store to reach out to in the future for promotions and things like that. And it really helps you build out a strong backend for your store. What a backend is, it's really core to a successful Shopify business. A backend, there's a difference between front end and back end. Basically, a back end is, for example, upsells, cross sells. So a lot of the money on Shopify is actually not just made on the initial sale, but a lot of the money is made on the back end, meaning reaching out to your customers after purchase to offer them other products, cross-selling on the checkout page and things like that. So my favorite email marketing app is Klaviyo. I've used this app extensively. It's really, really good, and it's made me a lot of money on Shopify. So this one's actually free to install, but to actually be able to use it, then you're gonna have to upgrade your plan, and then it's gonna cost you about $20 a month for up to 250 email contacts. But the thing that you have to remember with this is that every single email contact that you have on your email list, so all of your customers, it's much easier to sell a second unit of your product to an existing customer or another product on your store to an existing customer than it is to acquire a new customer. And that's a golden rule of business. So that's why Klaviyo is so important, and it's definitely worth it. Some sequences that I recommend setting up are an abandoned cart sequence. So basically having like a few emails come out to your people that have visited your site, but they didn't actually end up purchasing. So having some kind of an email that goes out that reminds them to come back to their cart, maybe giving them a little bit of a discount, like a 5% or a 10% to come back, return to the cart, and finalize that purchase. So that's just one. Another example of an email sequence that you can do, and this one is also really good, has made me a lot of money. You can actually do an email sequence that reaches out to customers after they purchase, and maybe reaches out like a day or two to basically upsell them on another product and offering them a discount. You always want to give your customers a reason for purchasing other products from your store, or else they just won't do it. So Klaviyo, really good, and there's different sequences you can set up in it which are very useful and will greatly increase the money that you make with your store. The next app that you absolutely need will be a frequently asked questions app. So on any store, you want to have a section for frequently asked questions. And the reason for that is because a lot of people are obviously going to have the same questions when they're going on your page and they're thinking about whether they're going to buy or not. So on Shopify, my favorite FAQ app is called Help Center. So you can just click on that. And as you can see, there's a free plan available with a 14-day free trial. And then you can see it's a 4.8 for reviews. So this lets you basically set up an FAQ page really easily. It's going to look really good, and this is the best one. You can see the different plans they have here. So it's not too expensive, and this is definitely something that you absolutely need. The next app that you absolutely need is SMS Bump. So this app is really good because it allows you to reach out to customers and also people that almost became customers, so just visitors on your store who maybe abandoned cart. This allows you to reach out to them via text message. And I've actually had crazy ROI with this app. A lot of guys that I know, a lot of people that are running Shopify stores, they've also had crazy ROIs. And for me, for example, I was literally seeing like 9,000% ROI with SMS Bump. So this is really powerful. Highly recommend it. And then the sequences that I recommend setting up in here also are an abandoned cart sequence with a coupon code. And then also you can do like a cross sell after they've purchased. But the abandoned cart, that's the most important one. You really want to give them a reason to come back. And by hitting them in the text messages, people are actually much more, they're going to pay much more attention to their text message inbox than they're going to pay attention to their email, simply because obviously nowadays everybody gets so many emails, so much spam, but text messages, it's like a different vibe, and usually people are expecting text from their friends or loved ones or something like that. And so when they get a text message, they read it right away. And if they see obviously a message from your store with a coupon code, then they might actually come back and purchase the product. The next kind of app that you absolutely need will be a product review app. Now there's a few different ones. The one that I have the most experience with is Loox. Loox is great. Here it is right here. So I just typed in reviews on Shopify. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to collect reviews as well as picture reviews on your store. You can see this is what it looks like. It also has a 14-day free trial and then a paid plan afterwards. So again, like these things, you got to think about it with an abundance mindset. $10 a month, but that allows you to obviously show, a lot of positive reviews. If they're leaving you positive reviews, that's something very, very useful. The good thing about Loox as well is that you can actually add your own reviews in there when you're starting out. So if you have a brand new store, obviously there are no reviews, so you can add your own reviews in there, either reviews like that people have told you about your product or just things that you come up with yourself. That's up to you, just to help you get those initial sales. So Loox is great, and here are the different plans: 100 monthly review request emails, $10, and then it goes up from there. Another great app is Stamped, but this one really is for, I would say, more established stores. A lot of the big shops that use this, and the reason why it's just more, I would say, professional, but also much more expensive. So you can see here the different plans. 50 orders a month and under is free, and then $23 a month, 3 days free trial, and then it goes up from there. So you can see it's a much lower order threshold. Stamped is great. There's a lot of different ones. Really, you just need a product review app. You just need an app that allows you to take reviews as well as program in your own reviews as well. The next kind of app that you absolutely need will be an order tracking app. So basically, you want to give your customers the ability to track their order, exactly where it is, and just to know where the order is, when it's going to come, and things like that. So Tractor order tracking is amazing. This is the one that my team uses. I highly recommend this one. 14-day free trial, $8.99. You can see this little video here, and it shows you exactly basically what it looks like. So you can see when the estimated delivery is, when it's going to get delivered. So Tractor, really, really good. Highly recommend this. Pretty self-explanatory what this does. The next type of app that I recommend is a customer service app. Now, you don't need this when you're starting out, but as your store starts ramping up in sales and you start scaling, then it just makes having customer service tickets answered much easier. So what I mean by customer service app is the one that I use and have a lot of experience with is Gorgias or Georgius. I still don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's a Greek philosopher. So basically, it's just what it does is it organizes your customer service tickets and it allows you to program macros. And a macro is like a template. So if you keep getting the same questions from customers, then you can just program a little template, and then that way you don't have to type it out every single time, or you don't have to save all those templates in a Word document. Instead, it just makes it all nice and graphical for you, makes it all nice and easy. You don't need this when you're starting out because it is a little bit pricey. It's $60 a month with a 7-day free trial. However, later on, definitely I recommend it. When you're starting out, you can just create a Google account for your domain. So let's say for Broday, for example, one of our brands, what we did was we actually created a Google account. So it's support@broday.co. And we just did that by signing up for G Suite, which is Google's professional email client. And that's really cheap. It's like $4 or $5 a month. I think max $10 a month, depending on if you add team members. Obviously, it gets more expensive. So just start off with G Suite, get a professional email. You can even use Gmail, but I would not recommend it. Just having an @gmail.com or @google.com email. I think you should get G Suite, pay those few bucks, and then later on, once your store starts ramping up in sales and you start looking at hiring someone for customer service, definitely get Gorgias or Georgius or however you say it, because it's going to make it a lot easier for that person. The next app that I really think is awesome is Lucky Orange. So what Lucky Orange does is it actually shows heat maps on your website. So you can basically track exactly what your visitors on your website are doing. So here I'm going to show you a little video from their videos here. It's really, really cool. So you can see exactly where they're moving their mouse, where they're dropping off. It's really useful to figure out the reason maybe why people are dropping off on your product page, or maybe why people are abandoning cart, right? So you can kind of see exactly what's going on your store and what your customers are doing and where they're moving their mouse and things like that. So it can offer a lot of useful information. So there's a 7-day free trial with the free plan. I recommend this. I think it's optional, but very, very useful. At least have it installed as you are just getting your store up and running to the point where it's making a consistent 10K, 20K a month in sales. And then at that point, once you figured out kind of the system and you've got a conversion rate on your store at least 3, 4, 5%, well then at that point you can uninstall Lucky Orange. You don't have to pay for this forever. Now the next app that I highly, highly recommend, and I think that this is essential, is GemPages. So what this allows you to do is it turns Shopify into a complete drag and drop page building experience. Building a nice looking Shopify site for a lot of people is very hard. And when I was starting out as well, for me, because I had no coding experience, I couldn't really get the buttons in the right place. I couldn't really get the nicest effects on the buttons and things like that. So when you're looking at your competitors and you're really getting ideas in terms of what you should put on your website, obviously having a drag and drop builder makes it that much easier, so you don't have to pay thousands of dollars for a coder. So GemPages, highly recommend this one. Right now, as I'm making this video, it's unlisted from the Shopify App Store because it has some major updates, but it's usually going to be on the App Store, so you'll find it there. Highly recommend this. Try it out, and if it makes your website building experience much easier, well then obviously it's very, very worth it. So in my opinion, this is a must. All of our team members as well as myself use it. The next app is called One Click Upsell. This one is so important to have because I actually mentioned upsells previously in this video. So this allows you to basically throw up a page when your customer is about to check out, and it allows you to upsell them or cross-sell them on a different product, maybe offer them a second product for like half price or a cheaper price, maybe try to cross-sell them on another product. So this is really, really good, really useful. Try it out in your store. There's a 30-day free trial for this one, and then after that, it's $24.99 per month. So try it out. I think that in terms of thinking of the best upsells and cross-sells, look at your competitors, look at what they're doing, go through their checkout flow. If you want, you can buy it, but you don't actually need to buy the product. And then you can get some ideas. And if they're not really using upsells or cross-sells, sit down and really think about, okay, what would be an amazing upsell? What would be an amazing cross-sell for my customers? And put yourself in the shoes of your customers and really imagine what would make them purchase that cross-sell or that upsell. And the final app that is super essential is called Sticky Add to Cart. So here you can see it, Sticky Add to Cart Booster Pro. And what this does is it basically makes the Add to Cart button visible no matter what the person is doing on the website. So you can see here, as the person is scrolling on the website, if we look at their little video, you can see that the Add to Cart button doesn't leave. And on a phone, it makes it a lot easier for the customer to just, it's so easy, just click the button and buy it. But if they have to search for the Add to Cart button, that just makes it a pain in the butt for them. And so why not make the experience easier for your soon-to-be customers, for your visitors on your website, right? So Sticky Add to Cart, really, really useful. And this definitely improves conversion rate on your site, to that 3, 4, 5, 6%, even higher rate. Now, there are so many apps on the Shopify App Store, what seems like millions of apps, but with this video, you've got literally like 99% of the apps that will make you the most money and that will be super useful for you. There's no need to install millions of apps, just to basically make your store profitable. What's going to happen is that it's not really going to be productive for your store. You're not going to make that many more sales if you really go for like 100 apps, and you're just going to have a high monthly app bill. You can literally build a million store with like 5 apps. I've done it, and probably you can even do it even less. But for me, it was about 5 apps that I had. Now, having these apps installed is just one of the pieces of the puzzle to actually reach success with your store. And just like investing in Bitcoin or investing in a particular stock or investing in some cryptocurrency, one specific thing won't actually make you rich. I always talk about this. I always say that a lot of people think that, if I only invest in this product, or if I only invest in Bitcoin, or if I only invested in this cryptocurrency or whatever, I would have been so rich. No, that's not how you get rich. It's not about that. It's like the whole package. You also have to have the mindset. You have to really be consistent with your self-development. Success is not at all a matter of buying Bitcoin or buying some stock. And it's also not at all a matter of just having, landing on one golden product on Shopify and just selling it, right? There's so much more to that puzzle. You got to make sure your site looks amazing. You got to make sure your offer, and I always talk about this, your offer, meaning that how your offer is presented, how your product is presented, the price, the cross-sells, the upsells, what you have available on your store, your brand mission and vision. So all these things have to be aligned, and they all have to coexist together in perfect synchronicity, right? So all of it has to be like in balance. And once you have the whole package, then you've got a great store. You got a great offer, you got a great product. That's how you really build that $1 million Shopify brand. So at Ecom Freedom, my coaching company, we've actually been teaching that e-commerce brand method for years, even before anybody was talking about, how you have to build niche stores, you have to build branded stores. And it has created tons of successful brands, tons of successful students in our courses here. We've literally changed the lives of thousands of people. You can look at the student interviews I have on my channel. So you can actually join us at Ecom Freedom in our Shopify Freedom course, which is specifically for Shopify, teaches you the entire brand method, how to build a successful 6-7 figure store. The link is down below, and there's always a special offer as well that we're running just to make it a little bit easier for you. Also, if you want between 1 and 10K as an investment in your e-commerce brand idea, so if you haven't started yet, or if you're in the early stages of your brand and you just need that cash flow, and you also want to partner up with myself and my team, the best in the e-commerce business, the best in the e-commerce industry, to really help you take your brand to the next level or start a new one and really grow it to 7 figures and to a potential potential $1 million paycheck, which is always what we want, then there's going to be a link down below to apply. It's completely free. You absolutely should. Even if you're thinking about it right now, you should. It's only going to take you a few minutes. Make sure it's a quality application though, or else I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to dump it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Those were the best apps. And also you can find all those links down below. You can add me on Instagram at Dan Bass. I'm always answering my DMs. It's a good way to reach me. And I like to talk with my audience that way. And then also you'll find my podcast down below, which is also very, very useful. I've been told that it's very, very interesting and I love doing it. I love talking about all the things that are interesting to me in terms of wealth building, success, e-commerce, entrepreneurship, and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.